Hey friends, this is Steve Lant, and before we start the show today, I just wanted to give a quick thank you and shout out to Jacob Toon. Jacob did our new cover art, and it looks awesome. I am so excited that he did this for us, and it just looks great. If you ever need anything, just look up Jacob Toon. It's Toone on Facebook. And check out his art and his music, because he's also a talented musician. So thanks a lot for that, Jacob. On to the show. Hello, friends, and welcome to Shuddy Uppy, Let's Talk King and Queens podcast. My name is Steve Lant, and we have an excellent show lined up for you today. Believe me, we do. I'm joined by my co-host, as always, Mr. Dusty Salisbury, famous for his hilarious King of Queens TikTok reenactments with his lovely wife. Dusty, how are you, bud?
Hey, I'm doing great. How you demented old circus monkeys doing?
All right, that podcast intro music is the cover of the King of Queens theme song by Mr. Crispy Jones from Germany. We say it all the time. We got to get Crispy on here one of these days and talk to him. So I'm really excited to introduce today's guest, coming to you all the way from Columbus, Ohio. Please welcome Mr. Josh Snyder. Josh, how are you tonight?
Hey, guys, I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Doing well. So, Josh, before we get started, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, bud?
All right. Like you mentioned, from Columbus, Ohio. Weather here has just started to break and getting up into the high 60s, 70s lately. So, nice. Been pretty nice. Went out and got some ice cream today, with the kids and everything. I have a wife and 6 kids, two of them being twins at 5 months, and I got a 2-year-old now too. So as you can imagine, we're pretty busy over here.
Oh, absolutely, man. I got 4 and I'm busy, so I can only imagine 6. So you watch the King of Queens a lot?
Oh yeah, all the time, man. Been watching it since it started, and it's pretty much my nightly ritual when I'm winding down. Pretty much background noise when I'm trying to get the kids to sleep and get myself to sleep.
That's awesome. Awesome. Do your kids ever watch it with you, or they kind of know? Or?
My 2-year-old watches it with me sometimes. He doesn't know what's going on, but he'll sit there and stare at the TV.
Hey, awesome.
Yeah,
he starting him young. I like it.
Yeah, he gets 2 episodes of SpongeBob, and then it gets switched over for him during his wind down. He gets 2 episodes of SpongeBob, and then it's over to King of Queens.
There you go. That's a good deal.
Yep.
So here's how it works on our show, bud. We're gonna ask you a bunch of trivia questions. We're gonna put you through the ringer, see how your King of Queens knowledge is, and then we'll kind of wind down ourselves and talk about some quotes and ponderings and things like that. So you ready to get going, Josh?
Yeah, sounds good. I'm ready.
All right, bud. So today we're going to talk about Season 2, Episode 18, entitled The Shmenkmans. It was written by Kathy Yuspa and Josh Goldsmith. It was directed by Rob Schiller, and it was originally aired on February 21st, 2000. So it's been a while.
I'm getting old.
Episode synopsis. Doug and Carrie make new friends and are afraid if their other friends, Deacon and Kelly, are moving in on them. Arthur gets a shipment of his old favorite salty cereal. All right. So here we go. You ready, Josh?
I'm ready.
How you feeling? All right,
I'm feeling pretty confident.
All right.
I had a little refresher last night, so I'm feeling pretty confident.
Awesome.
Nice.
All right. Question number 1. During the cold opening, what was Doug, Carrie, and Arthur eating?
Oh man. You're talking about the very beginning before the credits start, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, they're all eating pizza.
That's right.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
Nice.
They're all eating pizza, and they're racing to get the. They're all eyeing up the last slice.
Yeah.
And
I wonder where that pizza's
Doug,
from. It's got to be from Domino's.
You know what? It looked like Domino's.
Yeah, new neighborhood joint.
Yep.
New neighborhood joint.
McDonald's.
Yeah, new neighborhood joint, exactly. Doug puts down that third slice like it's going out of style.
Oh yeah,
Look like he's about to choke on it.
three
Josh,
slices and move into his fourth. It's no wonder he's huge.
What's the most you ever put down there, Josh?
I'd say I'm close to about 4, maybe 5. I was thinking maybe back in when I did some heavy drinking, it could have been more, but definitely about 4 or 5. Usually, I would say probably on a normal.
Nice. Dusty, what about you, pal?
Oh, man. Back in my college days, I bet you I could put down a whole pizza, a large pizza. And that's probably from the beer munchies or something else.
Nice.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, the
Now,
beer
does that
munchies.
Yeah.
Does that include crust, Dusty?
Okay, yeah. That's a good point now. Now, I don't...
Listen, I respect you either way.
Oh, yeah. No, that's a great point. I would say maybe half the crust. And if I was like, I just want to go ahead and eat the whole pizza, I'll eat the rest of it without eating the crust.
Nice.
So, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, crust is a questionable thing. Sometimes you got that good crust, and sometimes not.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes I'll just eat it down to the crust and go to the next slice. But
yep.
Sometimes you got that good crust. So.
Like Domino's,
It all depends. You're right, Josh. It also depends on how long the pizza's been sitting there, in my opinion.
Yeah,
if it's
that's
nice
true.
and fresh and still a little bit soft, the crust.
Oh yeah.
It's easy to put down, but if it's getting hard and not as moist, then
That's
you
what
skip
she
it.
said.
Oh. Nice. All right, let's move on. Question number 2. Where does the new steakhouse fly in their steaks from? And I could give you multiple choice if you want.
Oh, man. I just had this one, too. Let's go ahead with the multiple choice.
All right. We got Chicago, Seattle, Michigan, or Kansas?
It's going to be Chicago.
Chicago, the Windy City.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Ooh, ooh.
Carrie gets that from some sort of magazine, right? She finds that new steakhouse.
Got the best pizza in Chicago.
So, you think the best pizza's in Chicago?
Oh, hell yeah. I love deep
that's
dish
right.
pizza. I'm a big Chicago fan, so I love Chicago style pizzas.
Oh man, well I'm up in here in New York, man. So
Yeah, I like New York.
I'll
the
go
great
head-to-head with
debate.
you.
Yep.
The great
Great
debate,
debate.
Josh. You're
That's
right, pal. Well, that's for another show, Dusty.
Most definitely. Yep, most definitely.
All right. Question number 3. When Carrie asks their new friends if they want to go to the new steakhouse on Saturday, how sure are they that they can make it?
They are 75% sure they can make it.
Very good. Very good.
Nice.
75%.
Nice.
Very specific. Like who gives a percentage?
Yeah, man.
I'll
I always
say-
thought that was weird, man.
Yeah, it is weird. I mean, 50%, 25%. I mean, just say, yeah, well, we might be able to make it. There might be something else going on or not,
Yep.
That's how it would be in the normal world. I might make it. There's your 50-50 chance. There's your 50% chance.
Yep.
We might be able to.
There you go.
Yeah.
We're not,
Let us know.
She sounded like a weatherman or something. All right. Good job. Question number 4. What is the Shmenkmans' real name?
Oh, man, I was anticipating this one being one of the questions, and I was for sure trying to remember this one. It's a hard one. It's like Shropshire.
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 Close.
Shropshire.
Very
I'm
close.
going to give that to you, man.
Yeah.
You talked yourself right into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was anticipating that one being one of the questions. It's like that's got to be one. That's got to be one of the questions. I can't even say it.
You've definitely heard our podcast before because we like to pull out those kind of stops, right, Dusty?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. You're doing excellent, bud. 4 for 4. The next day, Kelly ends up calling the Heffernan house and asks about if they want to go out to eat on Saturday night. So what does Doug do to test the phone is muted when Kelly calls? Because Carrie tells Doug to mute the phone.
He starts making fart sounds with his mouth.
Yes, he does. And not just one. He does like several, like 4 or 5.
enough for Carrie to tell him to stop.
Yeah. and Carrie's not surprised that he does it, so that's probably why she's like, all right, enough. Know. All right, very good, man. We're halfway through. All right. Oh, you know what? So Arthur gets a newspaper from Akron, Ohio, at the newsstand.
Yep. So yeah, that's right.
What coupon does Arthur find in the newspaper?
The coupon was for his cereal, which is his Sergeant Salty Deep Sea Loops.
Sergeant Salty's Deep Sea Corn Loops, man. That was right on, man. You did excellent on that one. Do you guys have that out there? Is that something you guys have?
I've never heard of it. Akron's probably about a couple hours north of me, but I wouldn't think that's such a thing. Like salty cereal, it doesn't seem like it would fly in any house. I don't think
it does. It doesn't sound good.
I don't like my cereal to taste like a Slim Jim.
Yep.
Yeah, yep, exactly.
I love how you both said it at the same time.
Right?
Oh man, Dusty, we've talked about this before. This next question on a previous episode. So, question number 7: how does Arthur get his cereal into his bowl, Josh?
Oh, he scoops it out with his hands and pours it in the bowl with his hands.
You're absolutely correct. He takes it with his hands and puts it directly in the bowl, in both bowls, because he pours one for Doug too.
Because he can pour it right out of the box, like normal people.
Yeah. I love that King of Queens stuck with Arthur doing. I mean, he done it several times throughout the whole series. I love how they stuck with that. I mean, that was great.
Yeah. That's the one. That's the one thing they do continuity on. They don't do it with the sister or Richie or a couple other things.
Yeah.
Stanley the dog. But, definitely Arthur sticking his hand in the box to get cereal they stick with, which is awesome. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining.
I wonder if that's how Jerry Stiller really pours the cereal in real life.
That's a good point, man. You never know. Oh, my God. Yeah, maybe that was that wasn't acting right there. That was just him being Jerry. That's funny. All right, so that's question 7. So question number 8: Doug and Carrie go to the movies with the Melners. How are the Melners related?
The Melners are brother and sister.
That's right, they're brother and sister. So Doug asks, they're going through their routine and they're talking and bull crapping, and so Doug asks if they're gonna have babies together, and that's how they find out they're brother and sister. I mean, how awkward is that?
Oh, we're brother and sister. Oh,
yeah. Dusty, you ever have like an awkward situation where you just stuck your foot in your mouth?
No, not really. I mean, I've never had anything like that happen, but I tell you what, some people mistake my voice as a lady. I don't understand it. Like, I'll be going through drive-thrus or someone will call me and they'll say yes, ma'am, or say ma'am after whatever they say, and I'm like, I'm a dude. I don't understand. Like, do I sound like a lady, like over the intercom or over the phone?
I mean, over the internet, you sound like a man. I'm just letting you know that right now.
I don't understand.
Yeah, you definitely sound like a man. Like, those people just must be an autopilot all day. Like, they're probably an autopilot all day long from their jobs. Like,
right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Either that, or maybe like maybe you get so excited your voice goes up or something when you're ordering the food or something.
All right. Maybe I'll just start lowering my voice.
Lower it. Josh, you ever have a situation, something like that, stick your foot in your mouth or something awkward?
Yeah, man. When I was back in high school, I was a server at a restaurant, and I had spilled some water on this lady. And at the time, I thought she was a man. When I was pouring her a glass of water, like, all the ice got stuck at the bottom of the pitcher, so I was, like, shaking it, and then, like, it all flew to the top and spilled all over. I said, "Oh, my God, I am so sorry, sir." And she looks up at me and said, "Oh, God."
Oh, no.
I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, ma'am."
Oh man,
that must have been horrible, man.
Needless to say, I did not want to go back to that table. I think I even asked a couple of my coworkers if will you take this table for me? Will you? Like after that, like I do not want to go back to this table now.
Did they have your back, or did they make you go back?
Oh no, I had to see him out.
oh man,
and I wish I could remember what the tip was like, but I really don't remember what the tip was like.
Oh man, I can only imagine. They either felt bad and they tipped you well, or they're like, "Screw this guy."
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We all make mistakes.
Funny. Yeah, man. So I stick my foot in my mouth all the time. There's so many situations that I can't even think of one right now. So I'm just gonna move on.
Yeah, I'm sure I do with my wife all the time. Too many to count.
Yep.
Shoot, how many times today with my wife did I stick my foot in my mouth? But
Right.
That's a whole nother podcast. So, all right, we're getting to the finish line, bud. Question number 9. Where do Doug and Carrie run into Deacon Kelly and the Shmenkmans?
I was at that famous steakhouse that Carrie was talking about.
Yep, that's right. The new steakhouse from the magazine that she suggested to the Shmenkmans.
You're on a roll, dude.
So what's that?
He's on a roll,
dude. He's 9 for 9.
Yep. I had that refresher, man. I think I would have been all right without it, except for maybe the name. I think maybe the name one. I think I would have got me if I didn't have the refresher.
That's a hard one because I have it written down and I still could hardly pronounce it. So you're all about it, man. All right, let's finish this one off then. Question number 10. What does Doug say when Mark and Abby announce they are having a baby?
He said us too, or we are too, or something on those lines.
It's absolutely correct. Yeah, we're gonna have a baby too.
Yeah, I'll race you.
I'll race you there. That's funny. Yeah, so just trying to keep up with the Joneses or something. I mean, they're Doug's on a roll. They're making people laugh and stuff like that. So they're just trying to keep up with them. Dusty, you ever have a situation where you're trying to keep up with the Joneses or something like that?
Oh man, well, my neighbors, we got new neighbors, and this past Christmas they started putting up their Christmas lights in November. Now, around here and around my area, I'm the Clark Griswold of Christmas and Halloween, and I go all out. So when they started putting up their lights, I was like, oh, hell no. I was like, no. So my wife, because I told my wife, I was like, I'm going to start putting Christmas lights up now. She's like, no, you need to wait till after Thanksgiving. I was like, I don't think so. So I started putting them up. Yeah, I was putting them up. I was racing it. I was like, I got to make sure my house looks better than my neighbor's house. And the same thing with their landscaping, because they started making their yard look beautiful and stuff. I was like, nope, my yard's going to look better than yours.
So do you get along with them, or do you hang out with them a lot? Or
I've only met them once. When they moved in, I went over there and shook their hands, and that was it.
That's about how I am with my neighbors. Like, hey, how's it going? Just moved in. I'm so and so.
That's all it is.
Yep. So it's an unspoken competition then. Like you're just at a competition with them in your own head.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I'm standing behind my window, like throwing my fists in the air, and like I got you, and they don't even know I'm doing it. I love my neighbors, though. I do. Awesome. Our next door neighbors, I love them. They're great. They've always been really great to us. They always come over and see how we're doing and all that stuff. And I like our next door neighbors. I just never really hung out with our across the street neighbors, but I'm always competing against them. That's for sure.
So they're not a Dorothy and Tim Saxey then.
Nope. No, you know what's funny about that though? Like my next door neighbors were talking about setting up a shared pool between our two yards, which is funny because when they said that, they said that last week, and when they said that, I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like I like our fence and all that, so I don't know if I want to share anything. I like our privacy.
We like our privacy. We're loners.
Right. Yeah. I love our neighbors, though, but I don't know if I want to be sharing a pool. I want our privacy.
Have our own compound.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Doing the compound thing is something like you can't really turn back from that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it just changes everything.
Yeah. I couldn't believe my neighbors suggested that. I'm sitting
Then
here
when it's time
thinking,
to
I'm like,
set
it
up
was
the
like King of
fence.
Queens. Yep, exactly. I'm putting it right back up.
That's awesome.
Why did they do this? when Carrie put up the fence, Dorothy Sasky, why did they do this?
Right. And if my neighbors are listening to this, I love you guys, just so you know.
All your neighbors, right?
Yeah, they started liking our King of Queens page and stuff like that. So just so you know, I do love you guys.
That's awesome. My neighbors probably don't listen to it, but my neighbors are fine. I don't talk to them, but they're all good. All right, well, Josh, that completes our trivia round, and you, my friend, went perfect, 10 for 10.
Right.
100%.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
It's only happened one other time so far, so if we ever do like a tournament of champions or something, you're definitely.
Oh man, that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Start doing prizes soon. If we get big enough, we're gonna have to start doing some prizes.
You can send me some beer.
There you go.
Josh knows what he wants.
Yeah,
Josh
send me some
That's
beer.
right.
So now it's time for little quotes and ponderings, as I like to call it. Dusty, you got any quotes of the episode you want to share?
Well, I mean, like Josh said earlier, I mean, when Doug tells Arthur when they're eating the cereal that cereal should taste like a Slim Jim, that part was just hilarious throughout that whole show.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite quotes.
That was so funny. When they go to the steakhouse, or before they go to the steakhouse, and Carrie was suggesting to Doug that let's go to try that new steakhouse, U plus beef equals fun. Love that. I mean, that's just like,
U plus beef equals fun.
That's something I would say, like a typical fat man would say. Like, I would say that all the time with my wife. I mean, that's just a funny quote.
U plus beef equals fun.
Yeah.
What do you guys remember what he says when Carrie's talking about they fly their steaks in from Chicago, and Doug says something about if a restaurant flies my steak in, then something like I'm there or I'll be there.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what he says, but
I know what you're talking about, but yeah, absolutely. I love at the end he goes, or I think it's when they're talking about not caring about the the Shmenkmans or Deacon and Kelly. Like, who cares? Friends just keep me away from TV.
yeah, yeah,
That's a classic line.
friends just keep you away from TV.
Yeah.
What'd you guys think about the pepper grinder joke? I mean, it was used like 3 times.
Man, he kept that one going.
Yes.
He kept
Yes,
that one
he
going.
did.
That's like his A material, like that's what he breaks in with all the new friends.
Yeah, I could work
He
with
uses
him.
at the end.
Yep.
Used it at the end with the hitchhiker, or not the hitchhikers, the people that were stranded on the side of the road.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
What do you guys think about the pepper grinder? The lifetime supply of Stinky Loops.
Oh my God, Stinky Loops.
Stinky
Lifetime.
loops, yep.
Arthur's. Who am I kidding? This is terrible.
Yeah, when Arthur eats that bowl of cereal right before he says that line, Josh, he makes a face that is just he kind of like he like puts his head down and to the left or something like that, and like you could tell he's just like disgusted by the cereal, but he doesn't want to say anything. He goes, "Are you bad mouthing my cereal to her?" He gets so offended, but then in the next breath, he's like, "Yeah, this cereal sucks."
Yep.
Yeah. Speaking of faces, when they're at the restaurant and they join Deacon and Kelly and the Shmenkmans at the table, and Doug's cracking jokes like the porterhouse joke, and like when he turns around to see what their reaction is after, he's like, porterhouse seems like a lot. About a porter hut. He turns around and looks like, "Hey, did anybody like it? Anybody like it?"
Yeah, did it land? Did my joke land?
That's something
that is a
I'll
good
do
one,
sometimes. Like, if I say a joke and no one hears it, I'll keep repeating until someone hears my joke, dang it. And I'm going to look around if you heard it.
You're going to laugh at
That's
this.
right. You better laugh.
It was clever.
Oh, that's awesome. So Josh, did you end up watching the reunion show on Facebook?
I started it. I haven't finished it yet. I got about 15 minutes into it, and then parental duties called.
Yep.
Yep, I hear you, man.
But yeah, I got
It's a
about
long
15
one.
into it. Yeah, I
it is
seen
a
it was like
long
an hour
one.
and a half long. So
Yeah.
got to set some time away for it.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah,
good.
it's tough to get away. It's tough to get, especially when you have the twins and the they're all young. But
Oh yeah.
6
yeah,
kids.
when you get a chance, man, it's
Yeah.
6 kids. Is
I'm about to start racing you guys. You got 6 kids. Steven has 4. Shit, I'm gonna race you guys. I'm gonna start
race?
popping out babies. Hey, baby.
We are officially done.
Yeah.
We are officially
we're
done.
Yeah, we're officially done too, man. We've been done for a while. So
I'm done after 2. They drive me nuts.
hey, man.
Smart man.
I love
Smart
my
man.
kids. We got dogs and kids. They drive me crazy. I'm already getting gray hair at 34.
Oh,
I'm 37 and I'm
bald,
there.
bro.
Yeah.
I hear you, man. I got my little. I'm almost 40. I'll be 40 next month. I got my gray, and whatever's left of it is gray.
The big 4-0.
Gray.
My beard's starting to get grays in it too, and
Yep.
it's just bad. It's all bad.
So Josh, we always like to ask this question: what does King of Queens mean to you? You kind of talked about it earlier, but you've been watching it since it first came on, and you watch it like every night. So it obviously sounds like it means a lot to you.
Oh yeah, man. It's got to be one, if not my favorite show. I mean, Seinfeld's up there too, but
Yes.
I mean, King of Queens is definitely, I think, above Seinfeld for me. But I don't know. It just gets me to my happy place. I think, like, it's just, even though it's usually just background noise for me, like I'll still catch the quotes and stuff. I know pretty much every episode. Like, I don't know. It's just a happy place. Like,
Yep.
it's the only thing consistent in my life. Constant. What?
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I love Seinfeld.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Seinfeld's great too, man. Don't get me wrong on that one. That's a classic. That's the show about nothing.
Now let me
Yep.
ask you, Josh. Do you celebrate Festivus?
Oh, absolutely. They even
My man!
We even got a beer called Festivus around here. I can't remember
Nice.
the brewery that makes it, but it's a Festivus beer. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
awesome.
That
That's
is awesome. Festivus for the best.
All right. Now we're on to the portion of the show where we're going to review and rate this. We always start off with the IMDb rating. Out of 331 user ratings, they gave it 7.7 out of 10 stars. The ratings from we always do a Facebook poll every week, and this week we actually got a bunch more than usual. So we had 37 ratings, and out of 5 stars, the users gave it a 3.8. So that's pretty much similar to the IMDb, and that
Yep.
seems to be as usual.
Yep.
Our ratings. So Josh, let's let our guest go first. Josh, what do you think? Out of 10 stars.
Out of 10 stars, I would
For
probably
this
give
particular episode.
this particular episode, I'd probably give it around a 7.5, 7.8, somewhere around 7.5, 7.8.
Okay. Where does it lose points for you?
I think the whole, like, the whole searching for couples thing, they did that in another episode also. If you guys remember, like when they were going to the hardware store and stuff, and
Oh yeah.
trying to search for couples and stuff like that. So they kind of recycled that idea on it, and then you never and it never flourished after that. Like that episode, the Shmenkmans were never heard from again, and
Yep.
Right.
Deacon and Kelly were back to their best friends and everything. So
Numero
it was only
uno.
for that episode. It's like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I got you. So you give it a 7.5. You said 7.5?
We'll give it in the middle. We'll go 7.7.
7.7. Okay. Dusty, what about you, pal? Out of 10.
All right, so you know how we talked about last week, anything with Arthur in it's going to give me an 8 or above. So for this episode, it's not my favorite. I love it because Arthur's in it, and it's a very funny episode, but it's not like one of my favorites. So I'm going to give it an 8.1. And
Okay.
like I said, just because Arthur's in it, it's always going to get an 8.0 or above because Arthur's in it. And I'm going to do an
automatic
8.1.
for you, right?
Oh, yeah. Yep, automatic.
All right.
If Flowers in it, it's automatic.
Awesome.
So 8.1.
Awesome. So 8.1. All right,
Nice.
cool.
What about you, Steven?
And as for myself, again, it was a funny episode. Bunch of laughs, a lot of good jokes. Seeing Arthur stick his hand in the cereal for another time, another episode.
Yeah,
that was funny. But yeah, to kind of like what Josh, what you were saying, it definitely wasn't one of my favorites. I'm going to go low sevens on it. I'm going to do like a 7.2.
Okay.
7.2. I liked it better than last week's episode that we talked about.
Yeah.
Patrons
ain't. Yeah.
But yeah, they were kind of reaching for a couple times, but it's actually funny because if you ever watch Kevin James' stand-up, they actually incorporated the. I don't know if you guys picked up on that when they're at the brunch and Doug's talking about the guy who takes forever on the message, and then at the end he's like, "And my number is 212-567."
Yeah.
So it's funny.
Hey,
it's like
guy.
That's a funny joke. Yeah. It's funny, but I don't know. Like, I'm not a big fan of them putting previous material in the show.
Yeah.
But if someone hasn't seen his stand-up, then obviously it's going to be new to you. But so
are you talking about the
7.2.
Netflix stand-up?
It was like an older one. This is
okay.
way before.
I've never seen that one. I've seen the Netflix one that came out a few years back, but no, I haven't seen any before that.
Yeah, I can't remember where I saw it, but it was. I definitely remember that joke,
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Well, Josh, you got any parting comments for us? You got anything to plug or anything, or?
No plugs, man. Just keep on doing what you're doing. I enjoy it, and hope to be on again sometime.
Absolutely, man.
Definitely.
You're gonna have to defend your title, man. You're up.
Yeah,
there.
man. If you get that tournament of champions going, man, I'm game.
That would be awesome.
Absolutely.
That'd be
Absolutely, man. Dusty, what about you, pal?
Yeah. So for all you King of Queen fans out there, follow us on TikTok. We have a TikTok. It's called @KingofQueens_TikTok. Easy to remember. Facebook and Instagram will be King_of_Queens fan page. And it's the pages are basically for our podcast and the recreated scenes from King of Queens. And also all you guys out there that are listening and see our posts on the King Queens group, definitely if we post a poll or anything, definitely vote what you guys would rate the shows and stuff like that. So you guys' vote could be a part of our show. You can comment on those polls too, man. Exactly.
Throw a comment on the bottom. We'll read them.
Yeah, we want everybody to be a part of this show. Yeah.
Yeah, we're all about getting the audience participation.
Definitely. That's why I love this podcast. We get to invite all the King of Queens fans from the fan group, to be a guest on this show. So, this is a little different from all the other podcasts that are being done.
Yeah,
yep, absolutely.
I like it.
And I always forget to plug our email address. If anyone wants to get a hold of us via email, it's kingofqueenspodcast@gmail.com.
Definitely.
It's a little long, but it's easy to remember. All right. Well, Josh, thanks again for your time, bud. Do appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Josh.
Sure thing, man. Thanks for having me.
We had a blast. It's been like a little over a half hour, and it doesn't feel like more than a couple minutes. So
yeah,
that was good, man. Thanks for your time, and God bless you with all your lovely with your lovely family and stuff.
Yeah,
Dusty.
Our starting lineup, yeah.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely. So,
nice.
All right. Dusty,
appreciate it, guys.
Bud. Absolutely.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
All right. Take care.
You too. Thanks, Josh.
No problem.